Absolutely. I mean, this is something I think even as we were, on election night looking at all the different types of people that had been elected, primarily in the Democratic Party, from, all sorts of diverse groups of people, there is something very, very noteworthy that the Republican Party is very much, it feels to me, stuck in the past, in the sense that it's very much the way it used to be, which is mostly white men, and the Democratic Party is very much the party of the future, which is the direction that the country is moving. I mean, we are a country that has become vastly more diverse than it used to be, and I think that that's really reflected in the Democratic caucus.
Senator Santorum, do you have the same view of the Republican Party and the future of it?
I think the demographics for Republicans are a challenge, and frankly, I think the approach that Donald Trump has taken is really the solution to this problem, and that is to appeal to blue collar working people of all races, colors, creeds, and Trump has problems doing that from a personal standpoint, but from a policy standpoint, and if you look at what the lives of people of color who are wage earners in America, they're doing much better, much better, and poverty levels are lower. There's a lot to be said for the policies that the president's communicating that are actually look what happened in Florida with the school choice issue and in the governor's race. There's opportunities for Republicans from a policy point of view to begin to reach voters that are more diverse. President steps in his message too much for him to be able to do that effectively. But I think in the long term, there's actually a path forward.
Is that because he's a racist?
No.
Well, that's because he says things that are incendiary. I mean, we all know that. I mean, we don't have to repeat that.
He says racist things.
No, look, I don't think the president is a racist. I don't think he's any ist, if you will, sexist, whatever. But the president does say things that are controversial and that can offend people, and that gets in the way of his message.
But isn't that the message?
No, the message is the policy. I mean, look, I mean, people are going to see a president as for what they are, with all their faults. It's what the president is doing, and I think the president's policies have actually been very, very favorable to across demographic groups, and he just hasn't effectively communicated that.
I'm not even sure that that's accurate. A lot of what's happening in the economy was happening before Donald Trump came into office. I mean, the economy just doesn't turn around that quickly, so I'm not sure that he gets all the credit. And obviously, we're having a lot of problems stock market, but that's a separate issue. But the fact of the matter is the way people vote, it's not just about how you affect them economically. It's about whether you're speaking to the issues that are really important to them, the cultural issues that are really important to them. It doesn't matter how good Bill Clinton was on the economy. If somebody felt like he had the wrong position on abortion, they weren't going to vote for him. And it's the same thing with people of color, and I think a lot of women, when they look at the rhetoric of this president, him attacking NFL players, the constant kind of drumbeat of the Republican Party against Black Lives Matter, calling them a terrorist organization, not really speaking up about the violence against African Americans by police officers, and on and on. These are the issues that really matter to people, and I don't think the Republican Party has really come to terms with that.
Well, I couldn't disagree with you more. I think that the organizations you mentioned, the Black Lives Matter, does promote a lot of very hateful things. So look, the bottom line is that Republicans have an obligation to go out there.
What hateful things? Wait, I'm sorry.
I don't think we need to spend a whole.
I don't think you can
time.
come up with an example.
There are all sorts of clips and posters of folks in these marches that are as racist on the other way as the white racists are to blacks.
There are posters at all groups. That doesn't make the group itself hateful. I mean, basically, Black Lives Matter is just the basic idea that Black lives matter, and that we need to actually treat Black lives with the same reverence that we treat white lives.
But you can't just wipe away all of the things that are said and written and done at these marches as a fringe element. Any more than you would wipe those away from a group. Any more than you would wipe those away from a group of whites doing the same thing. Look, the reality is, setting aside that issue, that Republicans have an obligation and work to do when it comes to communicating. You're right.
Yeah.
Not just the policy, but the fact that we are concerned about these things and we talk about these things and we want to bring people and engage in those discussions.
Senator
You're
Trump,
absolutely right on that front.
Just quickly, do you think that President Trump should bend on the wall in these shutdown negotiations? Because some senators like Lindsey Graham are advising him not to bend, and that if he did, it would be the beginning of the end of his presidency.
Look, if there was a substantive reason why Democrats didn't want to support this wall, then there might be a reason to bend. But it's not substantive. Look, there are, I think, 650 miles of border wall that have been put up. The law says 700. Chuck Schumer voted for that. So even though the wall that he voted for hasn't been built yet. So the idea that there is some principled objection to a wall. Would they like to tear down the wall in Tijuana because it doesn't work? Of course it works. I've been to that wall. It works. Walls do work. So the idea that this is a policy discussion, it's not. This is purely political, and I think the president in that regard has to stand firm.
All right.
Our honeymoon was good while it lasted, but it was brief, Rick.
Jeff Tabin,
Come
Kirsten
Come
Powers,
see, come saw. Yeah.
Rick Santorum, thanks very much. With Democrats running the House, an impeachment might not be the worst case scenario.